Salve omnes, and welcome back to the channel. A short while ago I made a community post and a short video asking viewers if they were interested in a Q&A video to celebrate the channel reaching the amazing milestone of 3,000 subscribers, and I've had an overwhelmingly positive response from all of you, so thank you. Before I get started, I want to apologise in advance. First, for the lack of content recently. Losing one's voice is never fun and particularly detrimental for a channel with voiceover, and I'm sorry in advance for any names that I may incorrectly pronounce. I hope you'll all be okay with the breach match in the background whilst I answer the questions as best I can, and apologies for my voice being a little croaky. But once again, thank you all so much for 3,000 plus subscribers. I still can't fathom how and why this channel has grown so much, but without further ado, and in no particular order, question the first. Phalanx asks, are you planning on doing a guide for every hero? If not, do you think you'll cover the reworked Centurion? I will be covering every hero, old and new, in the game, and I'm thankfully more than halfway done. I have been purposefully avoiding Centurion until his rework is finalised and released to us proper. Rest assured though, when that day comes, there will be a guide on Mr. Incredibilis. 7mods771 asks, where are you from? I am from England. Specifically, I am from a town called Worksop in Nottinghamshire. Mr. Sniper the Beast asks, Orochi guide anytime soon? Yes, I have a new guide for Nusha coming soon, and as I've discovered a criminally underviewed Orochi player, I'm eager to make a guide for Orochi and shout out this great player so they get some well-deserved recognition. I will leave a link in the description in this video to the channel before the shout out proper for those who are interested. Litchi asks, do you own any pets, and what's the most awkward thing that has ever happened to you? I have two cats, Castle and Goku. Castle was named because of the TV show Castle with Nathan Fillion, though given his nature probably should have been named after the Punisher, and Goku is named Goku because all he does is eat and fight. All of you Dragon Ball fans know exactly what I'm talking about. I also have a German Shepherd named Cruz, but he doesn't live with me, instead lives with my parents in the house that I grew up in. As for what's the most awkward thing, so many things come to mind, but I think the most egregious example was being mistaken for an undertaker at my nan's funeral. You can't really get much more awkward than that. Takif Kirudin asks, when or which video introduces you to Callix Gaming? Can make a PK and PK team up in brawls. When I was making my Peacekeeper guide video, I had recently just watched Callix's montage of Peacekeeper through all of the For Honor seasons, and I was blown away. So I reached out to him and asked if I could recommend my viewers to his channel on my video. Callix, for anyone who doesn't know, is a brilliant YouTuber that specialises in Peacekeeper, so any aspiring PK players should check out his content. Link will be in the description to his channel. As for the brawls, they would have to be custom game as Brawl is single pick in matchmaking, though I pity the opponents that not only have to deal with Callix's PK, but mine as well. Speak of the devil, Callix Gaming asks, if you could add another faction to For Honor, what would it be? Also, do you think the faction wall will be adjusted at any point, or are we just stuck with what we have? I would add an Indian or Hindu faction. There are so many interesting weapon choices there, such as the Zagnol, which is a war pick, the Katar, which is kind of like a short sword or dagger with a very unique handle. If you've ever played Final Fantasy VIII, these are the weapons that Kyros uses in the Laguna Dream sequences. A Parashu, which is an axe, kind of like a smaller one-handed halberd, which would make for a style of axe fighting we don't yet have in For Honor, and of course the Barnak, which are claw weapons that fit over the hand, so like Amarant from Final Fantasy IX, or Wolverine from Marvel's X-Men. Probably no healing factor though. So there's 4 weapons to get us started already. As for the faction war, I don't think it's going to change. It would be nice to have the Wulin included, and maybe have a system where your faction is dictated by where the bulk of your reps are, but sadly I don't think we'll see any meaningful change unless this game gets a sequel. Austin asks, will you do some random character duels type of videos? Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun actually, I'll get to work on that at some point. Pascal Walter asks, do you play other fighting games?
Yes, from time to time I like Street Fighter 5. Injustice 2 is also one of my favourites because any game where I get to kick the crap out of people as Batman is always a plus in my book.
Boy Wonder and Bob Jones both ask, what made you decide to start a YouTube channel? I think years ago the idea of making a channel and playing games for a living sounded too good to be true, but I never bothered until last year. What made me start was that I wanted to try. I wanted to put something out there I could be proud of and share my passion for games with others. For Honor is a game I've spent so much time getting to know, and after my Warden guide took off, I knew that I had to carry on with the guide videos. I really enjoyed that people were learning from me, and it felt so good helping people enjoy a game that I enjoy so much. Sematrix asks, would you recommend to use an Xbox controller instead of mouse and keyboard as I play on PC? If you have an Xbox or PlayStation controller, by all means try it out. Ultimately though, you should use what's comfortable for you. There is no better control method. For me personally, I would always use a controller. I've tried mouse and keyboard on PC and it's some kind of sorcery that I'll never understand. Ligar asks, what is your least favourite hero to fight against? In 4v4 game modes, I would have to say it's Hitakiri. The armour and the abuse of the tier 4 feat is just too much. In Duels, then it's Shaolin. Big Cardboard Box asks, do you by any chance speak Latin? Sadly I don't. It's a fascinating language. I use a Latin phrase in my introduction, Salve Omnes, roughly meaning hello everybody. Zaratek asks, what do you think about coordinated ganking? I honestly wish there was more coordination when it comes to ganking. There is nothing more frustrating than someone messing up your punish. If that shaman is having her dinner, you leave her alone and wait for your opening. Let Shigoki be a chiropractor before you add to the treatment. In terms of coordination via party chat or Discord, that's fine. You won't ever stop people from doing it and it is an optimal way to play the game. Caleb Wallback asks, can you please do some gameplay of Breach? I can and I will. I'm doing what I can to add variation to my content. The guides are the highest priority, but I certainly want to include various game modes, including Breach. I hope the background footage is the kind of gameplay that you're looking for. Anthony Montoya asks, favourite executions for each hero? Alright, here we go. Shaolin, Shuapeng. Nusha, a short rest. Tiandi, hold this. Jangjun, windmill stab. Aramusha, twin dragons. Hitokiri, hack and smash. Shinobi, spinning around. Orochi, choke on this. Nabushi, snap off. Shigoki, Kinjite. Kensei, insert new spine. Jormungandr, brutal upswing. Highlander, intent to behead. Shaman, timber. Warlord, beatdown. Berserker, watch this. Raider, Viking press backbreaker. Valkyrie, spearfishing. Gladiator, fun and roses. Blackprior, Mala ultro adsunt. Centurion, Roman uppercut. Conqueror, low blow. Lawbringer, Duralex sedlex. Warden, a moment of silence. And Peacekeeper, Nightingale guillotine. Nathaniel Kettleman asks, I noticed the Bloodborne content, do you play the other games in that genre, and will we be along for that ride? I have put countless hours into Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. At the moment there are no plans to play another Souls-like game after Bloodborne for the channel, but I am open to it if there is enough demand for it. I would like to include other games from time to time, like a Resident Evil game or something similar, though For Honor will remain the main focus of the channel. Chemist N asks, after you make all the hero guides, will you make videos on how to combo with those heroes? If you mean combo as in teaching mix-ups, then I have no intention of doing that, as mix-ups are best learned through experience and experimentation. Also, their utility differs from game to game. There's not really much I can teach anybody on how to perform a successful mix-up. Steve Holding and Luis Cortez asks, if you could add a hero to the game, what would they be? I would add another hero to the Knight faction. This hero would fight with a rapier and probably specialise in evasive moves or incorporate some kind of fancy footwork into the mix. There would be mainly thrusting manoeuvres with the weapon, so the hero would most likely be better suited to dueling. I would like the hero to be able to deflect too, so reflex guard. This hero would be a vanguard if possible. We do have a hybrid hero with a reflex guard and deflex, so why not a vanguard? Gile in a Bottle asks, are you planning to work with any other For Honor YouTubers or make videos with friends? Can you make a video ranking armor perks or maybe ranking feats? Ranking perks and feats sounds like an interesting topic for a video.
that would require some help to make, as showing off the hows and whys would be more entertaining than me just talking at a static screen. As for other For Honor YouTubers, I would very much like to work with others in the future. My main problem is that I work full time, as I imagine other YouTubers do too, and I'm in a different time zone to some people, making a schedule pretty difficult. When it comes to friends, I'm probably going to be doing a ton of videos like that once I'm on PC. When that day comes, you're going to see the best Peacekeeper Conqueror tag team to ever grace the internet. Taylor Industries asks, why are you so damn handsome? Growing up all my life, all my family ever told me was that I look exactly like my dad. So he's the reason. Good genes, I guess. Taylor, thank you for being so complimentary, and thank you for sticking with me all the way back when this channel was in its infancy. Cameron Davis and the Red Terror both ask, what are your predictions for the new Wulin Hero's playstyle? What kind of game mechanics or tricks would you want to see from the new hero? I'm not entirely convinced we're getting a heavy hero. The weapon looks like a one-handed thrusting sword, and that says hybrid or vanguard to me. I don't think we'll have anything quite like Blackbriar's Bulwark counter or Hitakiri's Senbon Zakura. I'm hoping for a solid hero with good pressure tools. Given the weapon choice, if it is a one-handed sword, I think we're going to see something like a stance that can be changed like Highlander, but more of a toggle input than hold system, where we have light thrusts and wispy movements, and then switch to strong swings, slower but more forceful attacks, sort of like martial art animal styles. To be honest, the feats should be interesting, as Ubisoft has done a good job giving these heroes a unique feat set, something I wish they reworked for the other heroes. Bob here asks, do you only play on PlayStation or do you have a PC or other console, and would you consider a playing with subscribers video? Currently I only play For Honor on PlayStation, but I'm investing in a gaming PC so I can play For Honor there and make better quality videos. Unless we ever get a For Honor version for the Switch. I think that's unlikely though. As for playing with subs, that sounds like fun and I would like to one day, but like with collaborating with other YouTubers, it requires a schedule that fits around time zones, people's school and work life, so I want to do it, but I would like to have a more organised setup first. Beluga Whale asks, how do you feel about whiffed guard breaks guaranteeing an opponent guard break? Do you think Blackbriar's chained bash should be punishable by guard break, and do you think attacks colliding with walls should be a thing? So, with guard breaks, this is a good mechanic, and while it's frustrating to whiff a guard break and get guard broken right back, this is one of the closest things For Honor has to footsies. Whiff punishers are a vital part of most fighting games, as your spacing is super important. This isn't as prevalent in For Honor, but moving out of your opponent's attack range and then punishing their attempt at a grab is good strategy and it's good fighting game design. I'm glad it's in here. I'm a little hesitant to say if Blackbriar's bash should be so easily punished by a guard break if it's evaded. It's a core part of the kit, and if you make it so it's always a guard break when you dodge the shield bash, then Blackbriar has to take a huge risk just to get damage. So I'm going to say no on this one, the move is fine as it is for now. And as for weapons colliding with a wall, this is yet another good mechanic in the game. Watching where you fight is really important in For Honor. Are you in a zone, the healing zone, near a ledge, in the minion lane, near fire or walls, etc.? Once you say where you are doesn't matter because your weapon shouldn't hit the wall, then why should wall splats be relevant? Or why should ledging be possible? Spikes shouldn't be able to kill so easily, drop attacks wouldn't be relevant. Watching where you fight is super important in For Honor, and that means not swinging your weapon into a wall lest it hits the wall and your opponent escapes with their life. So that's all the questions that were left for me. I have had a lot of fun reading these questions and preparing answers for them all. My apologies if I left anything out, but I'll be happy to answer them in the comment section. I really hope you have enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. I shall leave you now with the conclusion to the Breach match running in the background. Thank you all so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, leave it a like and consider supporting the channel by subscribing. Remember to tick the bell icon to receive notifications of new content, and please comment down below if you have any more questions. I will see you all in the next video. Ciao for now.
Bring the fight to them! You think you can win?